He's staring at our Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's whistling the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. You let her go, catacombs. You let her go, let her go, catacombs. You let her go. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. I've been painting every fence I know. Every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. Hey, yeah, yeah. You're wondering just like me. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you better know where you're going. Making ladders out of cowboy sheets. We will be gone while we're counting stars. They're counting sheep. Peter on the red, don't make a sound. Just keep running and keep running and keep running. In our heads we're 10 feet off the ground. Just keep running and keep running, keep running, keep running. It's been too long with too many wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our songs, let them entwine. 'Cause you know how much you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make it mine before we're out of time, out of time. Let's synchronize. To the beat, come on, step with me. Let our bodies sing in harmony till the morning light. So
Hello everybody, my name is HSEL Elijah, aka Squid. Welcome to the High School Esports League Majors Fall 2017, Round 3. Today is a very special day, everyone. We have our League of Legends matches today. We're going to have 2 matches, and for our first one today, we have HSELJ and Nathan as our casters. How you doing today, guys?
Doing good. Thanks for the introduction, Elijah. How you doing here, Nathan?
I'm doing very well and ready for this game. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Right before we get into this game, we should just look at right here in this load-in. As you see, we have some very high-ranking players here. We got lots of diamonds here from the side of WHS, having a Robbie Bob in Challenger, actually ranked 36 on the NA ladder. Very impressive. Can't wait to see the gameplay between WHS.
Yeah, you got to give it to him there. That's quite impressive rank right there, and having the chance to see Diamond and Plat players go at it and hopefully learn something from it. But I'm ready to see Robbie Bob pop off in this one.
Definitely still have to give some credit to the other side as well. The WHS chaplains here having some diamonds of their own as well, but kind of have a challenge. You're gotta have to root for that rank 36, you know.
Yeah, always got to root for the rank 36. All right, let's start it off here, and let's take a just by their ranks. Who do you think is going to take the lead here?
You know, I really don't want to put discrimination of rank over skill, but definitely have to say that the mid lane, since I think that is what Robbie Bob is going to be playing as he is a mid lane main, definitely going to have a huge edge over that. Wondering if they're going to ban out his Rise. As you see, his club tag is Rise. It's very one-trick kind of Rise. I mean, they really loves to play.
Yeah, and hopefully we get to see some of those great ultimate potential from Rise, getting those objectives like Dragon and Baron, and we'll see how he uses it to their advantage. And hopefully they have a lot of rotation on the map, especially if they can get that Rise to Robbie today.
Yeah, probably gonna see either Rise or if not, probably ban out Rise as is his main. But I'm pretty sure we could be expecting some pretty standard meta stuff. Some Ardent Sensors, some picks. Do you think these guys are gonna go for like an LCS meta kind of thing where they take bot and swap lanes, or do you think they're just gonna go standard lanes, no meta picks?
I think they're going to go actually LCS picks here. I think they're going to go for the good old Ardent Sensor bot lane and try to switch top and bot around 15 minutes or so. I would say only potentially if they get the bot lane pushed far enough so that the top laner can just free farm while the bot lane gets a nice pressure at top side.
Yeah, yeah, definitely can't wait for that. Hoping to see those Sentries and those Relic Shield supports get coming out with massive gold generation. We're actually just kind of waiting right now, predicting as the game is about to start.
All right, game's opening up, and we're actually seeing the first ban come up and ready to go. We'll see what they go for. They go for the Jace ban on the first pick.
Pretty interesting here. Must be just scared for the top lane for the Jace bully. Also with that Azir ban, definitely aimed towards Robbie. He likes to play a lot of Ryzen Azir. Don't want that dominant Azir on a challenger player. Would make huge use of it. They probably might send out another either bot lane focus ban for PHS side, which is the blue, and WHS chaplains on the red side here. Probably gonna focus out and do another bot lane ban or mid potentially, as they already banned Jace, for the bully.
Yeah, and as you see here, the Azir, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of bans towards that mid lane rotation pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Talia ban here and another Rise ban. Just take them away. Now we see the Rise ban coming in to play. They really want to get Robbie out of the way and try to force him onto something that he's probably not comfortable with. But if you're a challenger player, there's most likely what you like. You know the most champions in the game, so you're ready to go with anything. But still, a lot of rotation given from Azir and Rise, but now banned away. Master Yi actually is going to get banned away, which I'm a little surprised about. What are your thoughts on the Master Yi ban?
Yeah, so I was about to say the Master Yi ban. Really interesting here. I'm not too sure why. I mean, these seem like teams that really understand the game, so they should really know how to deal with the Yi. I did like the Sinjwani ban, but that Yi ban really surprised me. They banned away the Gragas pretty pretty standard. Get the Sinjuana, get the Gragas, we get these tank supportive, ganking heavy junglers out of the way. And then I also saw the band Rise that really hope they don't keep banning that Robbie. As we know, Robbie should be able to play really anything on them, as he is the challenger player here, and he does have a lot of experience with some other mid lanes.
Yeah, now we see both ADCs picked out here, and we actually see the Lovers bot lane going over to the red side. We'll see what they can do with that. But always, you have to worry about the Lovers bot lane. It's such a strong combination, especially with Ardent Sensor. But on the blue side, you get the Lulu and Twitch combo, which is, I got to say, pretty strong. The Lulu attack speed given with her shield, and they're actually going to go for Ignite and Barrier possibly for a combination.
Yeah, that Ignite, I'm pretty sure they'll switch over to heal. Yeah, there's the heal. That'd be great for the sensors. Pretty sure bot lane, this is really hard to predict. There's both Twitch, Lulu, very strong combination. Same with the Lovers. So if everything goes kind of standard with the, both supports Rush Sensor, both ADCs build Relic Shield, it's going to be all on the junglers picks here for who's really going to win bot lane. And we see Jarvan and Maokai, both junglers, going to be locked in right here. Let's see, 2 seconds left. And this Maokai is locked in. So we're going to see both junglers, both Maokai and Jarvan. What do you think about having a tank jungler on the red side and a non kind of bruiserish off tank for the blue?
My thoughts are those are really strong picks on both sides. Just right now, this meta in the jungle, there's a lot of tanks. You don't get to see a lot of the fighters or assassins lately just because tanks this meta are super strong in the jungle. But I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever to see Jarvan and Maokai actually go top lane and they still hold on to their jungle picks at this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Jarvan actually switches with a Cho'Gath later on.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting here. And we did see another mid lane ban for Robbie here. They just really don't want Robbie on his comfortable champs. And a Rammus ban, they're potentially thinking the same thing as you, that this Maokai is probably a top pick and not a jungle pick, banning away more of those tank supportive junglers. And Zed, wow, they really just don't want Robbie on anything comfortable.
Focusing a lot on those roaming champions, Azir, Rise, Zed, and Kassadin. A lot of potential to go bot lane or top side and roam around the map. We'll see what Robbie picks up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Talia pick here, especially with the Jarvan jumping into the back line and able to set up for a perfect team fight.
Yeah, it would be absolutely devastating to have Jarvan engage and Talia able to put out that AoE just to protect this Twitch for his ultimate, just to spray and pray through all of them right now.
All right, we see the Lee Sin ban on the blue side this time, and now we have Victor locked in and ready to go for the mid lane. We'll see what the blue side decides to pick here. Gnar is being shown at this point, not picked yet, but we'll see if he's going to grab it and be a really good for the blue side to pick up Gnar. Has a high CC with the Jarvan initiation, but I would honestly think they should. Well, there you go. They picked up the Gnar, and looks like Robbie's getting ready to pick his mid laner.
So really interesting. I think that locking in the Gnar was actually really cool for them, as Jarvan will set up the initial engage, try to cage as many people as he can. And if they time it right where Gnar is going mega, they could actually do Gnarvin, where they use Gnar's ultimate Gnar to just slam everyone into Jarvan wall for an easy stun, easy team fight setup. And Robbie picks another mid lane roam, not quite Talia, but still just as good. Really worried for Victor, because Fizz just preys on immobile mages. Victor most likely going to bring Cleanse or Barrier to help him sustain against this Fizz. But having the Jarvan, they're definitely going to try to feed Robbie up, get Robbie to roam with the jungler, get some good pressure and rotation game coming out. I'm a little worried right now for red side, because just blue side looking really dominant, because they're going to have these worms in the rotation game here that they're going to need to stomp the immobileness of red side.
Yeah, blue side looking strong here, but I also think you got to give it to the red side on their picks. You have the Camille now, which Camille can set out the Twitch and probably force Gnar or Jarvan to actually have to back off in these fights because they have to save the Twitch at this time. Rakan and Xayah. Rakan's able to protect Xayah. Xayah has her ultimate where she can get away from all the CC, so she can actually jump out of Jarvan's ultimate, which is pretty strong for them. And Maokai actually can initiate or even save Xayah in the backline if Jarvan gets there. We'll see. But I'm honestly for the red side this game. What are you for?
Definitely the blue side, as I was saying earlier, this rotation game. Definitely, if this blue side gets rolling early, it could be disastrous. Having the Fizz, having the Jarvan roam around and help the lanes. I think they're just gonna have bot lane farm it up with the Twitch. Try not to die too much to the Rakan Zaya as they're really aggressive picks and get Robbie going. Once they get Robbie going, they'll probably just roam around and just have total control of the game. Really interesting here is Robbie even opted out to bring TP over any other spell like Ignite or maybe Barrier for that sake. So he's really looking for this rotation game.
Yeah, he's getting ready to move around the map. And also, I think the teleport is going to be a strong grab instead of Ignite, just because he knows already that he doesn't need that extra little damage to pull off Victor, because Victor doesn't have that mobility that other champions do. And unless Victor can out-roam Fizz, which I don't think he can, we'll see what Puster can do on the Victor against Robbie's Fizz.
What's your calls for the Keystones here? Just looking all standard, you think we're gonna potentially see maybe a Storm Raiders on the Fizz for the extra round?
I think we'll see a Storm Raiders, actually. I think the roaming potential that Robbie has is really strong, and I think he should go for it, especially with the potential of roaming down bot lane. The mid laners usually get their level 6 beforehand, before the bot side does. So if Robbie can get to the bot side with level 6 before Zaya can get hers, I think they can get a really good rotation off, and Robbie can pick up some kills and get a lot stronger here.
Definitely can't wait to see. You think we're gonna get any cheeky invades, some fun level 1 action?
I hope so. This would be a fun one if we get to see that. I think the Gnar and Jarvan might actually be able to do something there. But at the same time, if Red Side sees it, Camille could actually get a good stun off and Maokai could root somebody down. So I think if a level 1 dive is in favor, I think Red Side is in favor on this one.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Just can't wait. This is going to be an exhilarating game with how much early game pressure we're going to see here. This is going to be a great game to watch us all. And if you haven't taken the time to consider supporting us to subscribing, that would be a good time, as we do have VODs and we do try to export them on YouTube, but we do them a little late. Going back to this, do you think this Lulu is going to be enough to protect Twitch from Rakan and Zaya's pressure of early game, with the initiation by Rakan into the feather root from Zaya?
I don't think so, actually. She does have heal, which is strong, but I feel like if Zaya and Rakan play it well, they can actually use the Ardent Sensor to their advantage, and Lulu force a lot of fights until Lulu gets Ardent Sensor, because then that heal won't be as strong as they would have it with Ardent Sensor. So I think Rakan and Zaya will actually have a lot of pressure in the bot lane this time, and possibly that's going to be in favor of the blue side, actually, with the roam down from Fizz, if Fizz can push out Victor's lane. But Victor's going to have to force the lane down mid to counter that, so that he can get the mid turret in case Robbie does roam down to the bot lane. But it looks like I think the Lovers bot lane is going to put a lot of pressure onto Lulu, and Lulu's not going to do much in the early game.
Yeah, definitely for sure favor the Lovers bot lane as well. So definitely, because they just, both of them work so well together, having more aggression than Lulu Twitch. I think the plan is just to, really have Twitch sit there and have Robbie, but if they can push him out before Robbie and get a little bit ahead and maybe help out their Victor a little bit, that'd be really good to help them out. And we actually see a Thunderlords on Fizz, no Storm Raiders today. Would have been really cheeky and surprising to see a Victor with Barrier. Pretty standard stuff here, nothing out of the ordinary, except for maybe Rakan having the courage, but that's because they're going to opt them into, a secondary tank position. Probably still rushed out Ardent Sensor because just too good to lose out on those Ardent Sensor stats.
Yeah, in this entire meta, we joke around now that it's all Ardent Sensor, but it's definitely true. Lulu and even Rakan, at first you wouldn't think you'd put Ardent Sensor on Rakan, but it's so strong now that you just definitely would want to recommend it to your team or whoever's playing Rakan at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever to see Rakan pick it up as his first pick. And here we go, getting into the game. Let's see if we get an invade from either side.
So the subject you want to talk about right here is, as we see them picking up their standard items for starting here, Twitch opted out into the Relic Shield, as they thought, for the massive gold generation for both the bot laners here. And Zaya here going Doran Blade, so they're really going to be down in the massive gold department. I don't know if the Levis could pull it off unless they get really aggressive picks onto Twitch Lulu within the first 6 to 10 minutes. They're just going to get outscaled and just get out rotated too. So like I'm not too sure. They really need to be really aggressive here. Having a Dawn Blade kind of sets them back really hard, especially as we see Bobby also picked up a Dark Seal, really looking to get those kills and the aggressive snowball going here. I'm not too sure what the idea of buying a Dawn Blade was going to do for him.
Yeah, Robbie's pretty confident right now, especially with that grab on the items. We'll see what he can do against the Victor. I feel like Victor actually has a lot of pressure against the Fizz until level 6, and then Fizz will just dominate the lane after that. What are your thoughts?
Definitely probably once Fizz gets level 3, 4, 5-ish, once he really gets his ability rotation down for, you know, his WQE, he'll probably just start to like stomp this Victor. And if he doesn't pick up these kills fast, then he'll just start to roam bot and get kills there. He's probably just going to look to force sums out of anywhere in any lane so he can get pressure going around the map, get people fed, and start the snowball for his team.
Yeah, now we see the Gnar actually warding the red buff, giving the advantage to the blue side right now. Jarvan's going to start red buff and move up to his blue, and Maoka is actually going to go from blue buff to Gromp, which I'm surprised about here. Usually you don't see people moving from blue to Gromp anymore, straight to the wolves and try to go to the red as fast as possible.
Interesting bit here as well as everyone's just casually farming up right now. We saw Camille and Gnar both pick up a Dorn Shield, respecting each other's damage, looking to just kind of be a stalemate top lane, try to get farm. Do you think Camille should have went more aggressive and maybe like a long sort 3 potions start?
I think it was very smart on Camille's part actually to go a little tankier at this point, just because not until level 3 or 4 she has that potential to close the gap, and Gnar does have his leap to get away, which gives him the advantage in this laning phase, so I think it was wise on Camille's part to bring that Doran Shield.
We're going to see Rakan Zaya Twitch actually stepping up really hard for a trade. He really mispositioned himself, didn't want to get hit up by the Rakan W, just kept going for a trade. That was a really unfavorable trade there. Had to step up, of course, so the Rakan doesn't knock him up, but had to take tons of feathers getting the favorable trade for the lovers right there. We see a gank coming in on the mid lane. Good sidestep by Victor. The step force isn't get hit by the Jarvan EQ. Forces Jarvan to flash. Really well played there for Victor. That could have been disastrous, making him waste some sums. But in the end, went well for Victor as he popped Jarvan's flash. Right now, Red Side has a lot of pressure in their lanes. This is looking pretty good right now. Camille going in on Gnar. He couldn't look for a trade, maybe even follow all the way for a kill. Here comes Maokai, one into this Gnar. Gnar did not get the double jump. Really well played by Maokai there, using his W so he goes underground so the Gnar can't get the double jump off of him since he's not actually there. That was really well played from the red side on that Maokai.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw it, but Maokai actually realized that there was possibly a ward in this tri-bush up at top side. So what he did was use the plant to actually bounce himself over into the Baron pit, using that path, giving Gnar no vision on Maokai actually coming up. That there was no way for Gnar to know that he was actually there.
Really smart position and moving here from this Maokai. That was really well played once again. And as you were talking here, we just got a little quick trade on bot lane. It was looking like a kill. Bobby actually stopping the Victor's recall. Bobby's gonna get this first kill for his Dark Seal. Pops the barrier, not gonna quite get out. And Bobby already with the first kill for his Dark Seal. That's gonna start his aggressive snowball, and then bot lane looking for a trade. Rakan flashing Lulu's bot. Pops the flash too, not gonna find a knock to connect. Wow, lots of action really fast. And now Robbie already with the kill with the 2 stacks on his Dark Seal, looking for the aggressiveness. This is going to be really bad for the Chaplain soon. What do you think they need to do right now to stop Robbie from snowballing as he already has these 2 stacks on the Dark Seal?
To stop Robbie from snowballing here, I'm really thinking that Maokai might have to try to turn something up here with Victor's stun and root up the Fizz, which is also very difficult with a Playful Trickster. I'll get back to that in a second, but at top lane we see Jarvan Gnar actually going up for the Camille. Camille gets away easy. Back to what we were saying, Fizz to probably to take him out this game, or at least lower him to not snowball so much this game. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on this Maokai. He's going to have to follow up on the roams with Fizz and see what he can do and try to get Victor to actually counteract the snowball from Fizz this game.
Also, this helped Robbie snowball. He bought a revolver really early for the extra burst damage on his autos, his W, and his Thunderlord's proc. It's going to be really hard to stop the Fizz. Already having the 2 stacks and that Hex takes revolver is really big for Robbie here. Rakan with the grand entrance, not going to knock the switch, just slightly missing it. That could have been it right there. They could have had a kill on that bot lane. That was very close by Rakan's grand entrance. Robbie actually going in on his Victor through his stun, dodges it. That was really nice right there, and didn't get greedy for the kill. Let him just back off and push the lane and reset the wave here. Really smart playing by Robbie here, as of course expected.
Yeah, and like we said before this game even started, the Rakan and Xayah putting so much pressure onto Lulu and Twitch this game. We'll see what Lulu can do. I don't know how far she is. She's not that far at all towards Ardent Sensor, but as soon as she gets Ardent Sensor, we'll see if they can turn the tides onto Rakan and Xayah this time. But Rakan putting so much pressure onto this Lulu and Twitch, I'm really surprised that the Lulu and Twitch are actually handling this so well.
Yeah, really good position here by this Twitch here. Rakan, every time, just ever so slightly, barely missing his grand entrance. And we see here that Twitch has just 2 CS above Xayah, not too much, but a lot of gold as he got a lot of Relic Shield procs, and of course those gold go to support too. So not only did he make 216 bonus gold, but he gave 216 bonus gold to Lulu for the extra Ardent Sensor here. Gnar trying to find a little favorable trade, trying to throw Camille in the tower. Didn't quite get a shot off, sadly. Would have been a really good trade there for Gnar. Victor now playing really safe under the tower, not wanting to give Robbie any more kills than he needs to. We're actually going to see this Maokai maybe move towards the bot lane right now. Rakan, just barely missing grand entrance once again. When they get this grand entrance to connect more, they'll probably look for this Twitch looking for a favorable trade here. Xayah pulling the feathers, but wasn't quite angled for any of them to hit Twitch at all.
Yeah, we see that there. Victor actually might go down here, doesn't go down. Robbie tried to get the kill there, but couldn't at this time. Doesn't have to use flash balling. We see Maokai try to get something there, but I don't know if you noticed that beforehand, about 2 minutes ago, Fizz was actually trying to roam down bot lane, but got stuck by Maokai's sapling in this bush in the river.
Yeah, really good vision control here from those saplings. They need to put down a little bit more wards, but not too much pressure on that right now, as there isn't so much room right now. But this Rakan might go for a sneaky engagement, sit in that tri-bush right now. No, just gonna ward and walk away.
Rakan and Xayah both having their ults up against Twitch, and Lulu's are a lot stronger for them. They could go for this initiation, but I don't think it'd be smart to try to tower dive, so they're going to have to wait until Twitch and Lulu push out the wave here.
Interesting pickup here. Camille actually opted into the longsword just for the extra damage as she goes into her ninja tabbies to reduce the incoming damage, because she still wanted that aggressiveness to have over Gnar right now. Probably going to build that into maybe a Triforce, possibly, not too sure. Picking up that early longsword, what that might do for her. Victor going for early boots on the Ionian Boots Lucidity, really good, needs the mobility, the cooldown reduction, has to stop Robbie, has an old Mantle Magic Cape as well. Might build this into a Banshees, really wants to play a safe lane, I'm sure of it.
Rakan's actually jumping in both on Lulu and Twitch. Twitch going for spray and pray, trying to do something here. Doesn't get the damage fully off, but both sides use a lot of abilities and get about half health on both sides. Top lane, we see another fight going on, actually. Fizz with the roam top lane. Camille takes down Gnar. Fizz taking down Camille and Maokai. Robbie snowballing even harder this time.
Not quite sure if you saw that there. As that intensive bot lane fight was going on, Maokai actually found a route onto Gnar, forced the Gnar flash early. Camille ultimately trapped him in, but Jarvan and Robbie both there ready for the counter gank here, and both those kills went over to Robbie. Now has 3 kills and 6 stacks on his Dark Seal, going into an early gunblade. This is going to spell game over for red side here, as Robbie's going to do massive damage on top of these great rooms. I'm sure now he's just going to follow German and get these easy picks for everyone.
Yeah, you saw the fight at top side. But the fight at bot side, we saw that it was a good trade-off back and forth, just half health, both sides, both supports, and both ADCs. But the fight at top side was a really advantage for blue just because of the Fizz roam. Victor was stuck in the mid lane. Actually, Robbie's going to go in and burst down Victor half health. Camille's going to start fighting Gnar. Gnar's going to try to go in for the fight here. Really close to Mega Gnar. Jumps in, sees what he can do, misses the Q, and Camille takes it home. And the boomerang actually comes back and kills Camille. What a fight at top lane.
So a silly misplay there in that fight. So Gnar tried jumping onto Camille's head for the extra stack of his hyper to get the 3-stack Pog. Kind of missed the jump and then autoed the minion to even reset his stacks of hyper. That was really big misplays from Gnar. Gnar could have got that and lived, but Camille also walked into his missed Q, making Gnar also get the kill. A little bit of a funny scrap right there. That could have definitely been played better from both sides.
We see right here, actually, Rakan is going to jump in on the Twitch. Xayah moving in and going forward. Lulu ulting the Twitch. Spray and pray coming out. Maokai coming in from the back. Actually, he's going to get the flash out of Lulu. And we'll see the red side's actually going to back off here. But Lulu with the defensive flash here. Jarvan's going to try to ward up knowing that Maokai's not there anymore. Fizz backing off right now. Probably going to lose some farm here, but I don't think that's a problem against the Victor. He's already snowballed far enough ahead, but try to keep his lead here.
So this Maokai all in bot lane, it actually ended really early because he started all the way from Grom's side. If he had started a little bit closer to the lane, might have still got the root on Lulu as she flashed downwards and not away from it. Would have been perfect to actually have that root so they could still get the opportunity to pick Lulu after using, her ult on Twitch did. That would have been great. And we see Gnar just forcing this Camille. Might get a dive here. Noiser into the wall for the stun. W stun right here. Picks up his Q for the recess. Doesn't have cooldowns. Setting up Robbie for another free kill. And Gnar just running away. Free kill for Robbie. And they're going to grab this first tower gold. Massive bolt snowballs right here. Victor coming up to stop him. Not quite going to get the tower. Very low. Have a lot of minions. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for this dive right now, actually. If they get behind and get to this Victor as he's not under the tower. Nope, they just really want to force this first tower gold. Really important for them. Maokai's trying the very hardest, crewing the minions. And here's the dive. Wow, that was some massive damage just from Fizz's E there. I wonder if he uses Gunblade there. He did not use his Gunblade active there. That was a lot of damage just for the E of Fizz. This is what happens when you let Robbie snowball. It's 5 kills, 10 stacks in Dark Seal. As we see bot lane, Rakan uses Grand Entrance on Lulu. Not flashes right back in with the charm with the exhaust 2-man root on 4 feathers. Let's see if Xayah can finish this off. I'm not sure why she's running away. And probably could have picked up that kill as she only needed 2 more hits and all cooldowns were down for the bot lane. Here comes Victor from the back though, trying to clear it up, uses his ultimate, forces a flash out of Twitch. We see a TP coming back from Gnar and Robbie both coming down here. Gnar flashes in, gets the slow, looking for the 3 stacks of hyper, gets the movement speed boost. Robbie flashes Gunblade slows into the Gnar Q. Robbie picks up another kill, getting these massive snowball leads after the end of the first tower top. Wow, they just put themselves on a 3k gold lead. This is going to be absolutely massive, and they're going to force this dragon maybe, potentially, but they still have to cover mid. Probably ward up the dragon dude right after this mid lane. Wow, this was a massive just gold events happening right now, and they're going to get this bot. What do you think for this red side right now? They're just looking so down into the gold disaster league.
I'll get back to that in a second. Right now, we actually see Gnar get rooted by Maokai. Fizz actually gets the ult off onto Victor, gets him with the Gunblade. Robbie's still going in. He wants more. Robbie actually is going to back out here. But back to what you're saying, the gold lead that they just gained from that was really strong for them. Knowing Fizz and Gnar, knowing that mid lane is already low, they can take the chance of both of them using their teleports up at bot lane, taking out 1 or 2 people there and seeing what they can do and rotating to mid, getting that first tier turret in the mid lane. Actually 2 turrets to the blue side now and 0 turrets to the red side. I think the gold lead that blue side has now is really strong for them, and it's going to allow them to snowball really hard. Robbie right now is just on fire.
So they actually ran through a red ward right here, trying to go to Rift. Not sure if that was accidental because they wanted to pick a fight, but it doesn't seem like it as they backed off. Robbie actually walked through this red ward. I don't know if he didn't see it or he didn't want to clear it, but back again with Robbie having 7 kills now, this is massive. Robbie's probably going to base home, buy a Lynchbane, and keep the early aggression going on. And thanks to that early aggression on the ball and on the TP, as you see here, with Xayah looking for a cheeky root onto the Twitch, the shield was enough to protect them. If only Rakan was there. Here comes Rakan using his ult to cancel a grand entrance animation. Not quite going to find as Lulu slows him right at the same time. Man, that was pretty close there, but if Rakan was there with the Xayah, that would have been great there. And now Twitch, we see with a massive gold lead, even though he only has 131 minions to Xayah's 135, that relic shield, and all these towers being taken from his team is going to give him a really big edge over the Xayah.
Mr. Improper here missing that grand entrance and the high CC right there. Possibly or potentially could have gotten a kill there. Fizz actually picking up a 1v1 kill in the mid lane against Victor. Wow, this snowball from Robbie right here is just so strong. We've got to see what the red side's going to do to try to counteract that, but Robbie's so far ahead here. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, actually, we saw that fight, but Robbie landed an ultimate on Victor and just completely almost one-shotted him. Just annihilating the self bars with his Q and E abilities. That's it. Nothing more. And as you see, he's building this Lynchbane. He's looking for more kills on the bot, but they're starting to respect him as there was a red ward right there. Not sure what red side's going to do here. This is just too much. This Fizz damage, just annihilating their team. And we have already seen an Ardent Sensor come out from Lulu's side. And Rakan opted to build Sightstone first. Actually, all the way to Ruby Sightstone first, not just regular Sightstone. Not certain on that, as it only gives active CDR items and not extra wards. I think they did a big mistake here not doing Relic Shield bot and Ardent Sensor. And Blue side also going to grab Dragon now. They're just taking everything. I think this might be game over for red side.
I wouldn't put him out too fast. Knowing this game, there's always a potential to come back. Yes, people can throw, but we'll see what Robbie can do if he can keep on snowballing, or if red side's just going to wait until late game and try to hold off this game as long as possible to try to gain their lead back. But it's really tough here. 8-0 at 18 minutes for Fizz. What a snowballing lead he has on the blue side.
Jarvan actually also as well opted to build a Cinderhawk, going a full tank Jarvan build. They're just using the Jarvan for the initiation power. Kind of surprising here they didn't build a Warrior into off tank, or maybe at least a Black Cleaver after the Cinderhawk. Looks like he's just going to go full tank with only having a health and armor right now. What do you think about that?
I think it's a really wise decision. Shadow's Force really needed to help out the team and snowball a little bit harder, go tank. They already don't need the damage from Jarvan as much because of the snowball lead that Robbie has, and the damage that comes from J-Sneak and Nar's ultimate, and is actually his W, which is the base health damage. And so I think it's wise on Jarvan's part to actually go tank here, because honestly they don't need that damage against the backline, because they'll have enough damage with Robbie's Fizz right now. And it looks like the bot lane's actually gonna follow up in the mid lane right here, and Robbie's gonna try to 1v2 at the bot side. Robbie's actually gonna go in and try to fight. Burst the Rakan down so fast he couldn't get his W off. He couldn't get his stun up. We actually see Spray to Pray going off in the mid lane. Xayah focusing. Xayah uses ult. Oh, Twitch actually flashes into the other part of Maokai's ult. Maokai trying to back off here. Camille actually tries to go in on the Fizz. Jarvan jumping in on Camille. Both flashes are out. Oh my goodness, that was a massive fight right there. That was the first big fight we've seen this in all this game. If Nar was there, what do you think? Do you think Blue Side would have taken that fight?
I think they wanted this Nar to have the split right now, but right there, that would have been really good if Robbie had landed as well to get the pick on Maokai. But I think they just want to split them up right now, as Nar is still pushing the top, trying to get the split going, as Robbie is on the bot split, and they know that Robbie could handle a 1v2 situation, as we saw with that first early on Khan. quite eye-watering. And Robbie getting this early tower here. Camille trying to get the Gnar off, might actually die. Rakan uses Grand Entrance and ult on the Twitch, misses Grand Entrance, gets the exhaust, Zaya almost falling. Rakan maybe just ever so slightly. Victor return burst though, saves the Rakan just barely. Oh no, Rakan actually died to the Twitch poison. Thought he was gonna live there, but just the last 2 takes of that poison getting to him. And now Robbie's gonna come back and help the mid. The top's still gonna push with that low health. This is a really good split, knowing they have so much pressure over them, and they know that they don't want them to let them have that team fight pressure.
Yeah, and we see here that Robbie has such a high snowballing potential right now, and he's using it to his advantage. I just want to go back to that 1v2 at bot lane with Rakan. Just absolutely bursts him down, and then comes to the mid lane and deals a high amount of damage there. That I just think is unfair, but at the same time is really funny to watch when somebody snowballs this hard. We'll see what Robbie can do, and we'll see if they actually get a team fight here with Jay Sneak, actually.
So as we saw this drive, actually getting back to that right here, Robbie lands the ultimate, good Zanyas from the Victor. Robbie gonna respect it as his team might rotate down. Here's the Maokai. Robbie dashing through him, just gonna E away, nothing too big. Getting that split pressure he wants. See if he gonna keep splitting here or going to the mid lane for a fight. Nari stepping up ever so slightly. Barely missing the Grand Entrance there from Rakan. Let's see if Nari might want to do a dive here. Probably not. Waiting for Jarvan to scoop back up. And Robbie is actually going to continue to split, but get this massive pressure going for them so they don't get the team fight with Maokai. Force 2 people down to Robbie and then fight 4v3 mid is their plan. Robbie getting dived on right now by the whole team, but just ease away Fizz at his best work here. Now they're going to push right back on the mid, try to look for a pick or some tower damage. Not sure what Red's going to do here. They're just getting forced back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the red side, and that's exactly what Robbie wanted. Go back to that. Rakan actually jumps in with the ultimate and gets nothing here, but Robbie actually going bot side alone and trying to pressure away the red side so that they would come after him and try to pick him off. Robbie actually living off of that, giving the blue side the potential to get mid lane pretty easily, because he actually got 3 people to follow him on the bot side right there.
So it looks like they're going to continue this on the same exact idea now onto top lane. Even better, so now they have a longer travel distance to walk to if they want to send 3 at Bobby again. They know that they can't let anyone 1v1 this Bobby, and Bobby knows he just wants to sit down there and get that easy split pressure going right now. We're going to see them all come up towards this top side, maybe force a fight here soon. Nard pushing out the mid. Bobby just going to snag blue away right now. Hopefully get to see a team fight. Nard just standing there ever so slightly getting damage, just a little bit of a mispositioning there.
Yeah, and as we see now, the blue side's moving down towards mid lane because they see the Fizz is going to try to split push here and hopefully try to force or have the same thing happen again, but it looks like red side's actually going to just put 1 person at bot lane this time against the Fizz.
Looking back at these builds here, they just grab another Objective of Dragon here. We see massive build differences on each lane. ADC almost finishing his second item, Zyra barely starting his second item. Rakan's still no sensitive, Lulu's still a sensitive. This massive gold lead of almost 10k gold over them, all thanks to the snowball of Fizz. What do you think Red could have done to play better in the early game to not let them snowball as hard?
I think Red had a lot of trouble against the Robbie's Fizz here in the rotations, and I think what they could have done to counteract the rotation is probably have Maokai play a lot more towards the top side of the map. And the reason why I say that is because Zarya and Rakan had a lot of pressure on the bot side, and they were able to actually back off pretty easily with Rakan's shield power and jumping away. And I feel like Maokai should have stayed top side so that he can help the Camille in case there was a rotation from Fizz. And also what red side needed to do was have Victor push really aggressively against Fizz in the early game, like around level 1 or level 2, and keep that high pressure just so that Fizz is forced to stay mid lane and can't go roaming around the map.
So as we see there, back in the resets with the health, having Robbie split the bot, trying to find a little bit of a pick in the jungle, didn't quite get it. We see them pushing top, Robbie in a split, trying to find a pick on the Lulu, just polymorphs and walks away. They're gonna get this tower not free on top actually. Maokai gonna come up on the jungle, try to get him from under. We see a TP coming out actually from Camille to stop Robbie from getting bought as they're just getting dangerously low. Already know Bobby can handle more of a 1v1. They need more people. Camille flashes, tries to get the E on Robbie. Good use of Zonia's there to cancel out the Camille ult and taking a clue on. That was really big there. Camille now having an ultimate TP ready for this fight on top. Gnar goes in the Mega Gnar. See if he's gonna do some massive grand entrance 3-man knock into a charm. Gnar fighting a massive Gnar as well with 2 picks. That throwing the feathers back, not quite finding what she can. Gnar getting very low. Jarvan continuing to dive. Robbie comes up under them, following up, trying to get some picks. He can't quite finish these kills. Jarvan with the swag flag kill on the Xayah. Robbie getting this with Khan, still trying to find more kills. He's gonna need to see maybe Q right back in. Gets the ult nice with the W burst onto the Smoke. That's a double kill for Robbie. Not sure what they're gonna do. Red side, that looked really good for them as we saw a 3-man charm into knock up grand entrance combo from Rakan there, but then they just out tanked them and just destroy them. I think this might be game over for Red. Totally, they just got out tanked and out damaged and just dove. Not sure what they're gonna have to do here to come back.
Yeah, at this point we see Red side actually had a beautiful engage right there, but I think with the lack of damage from Victor and lack of damage from Xayah at this point, I think it's going to be a lot harder for Red side to actually do anything here. They just have Robbie with so much damage, Jay Sneak with the CC, and Shadow Bob actually with the spray and pray, doing so much in the backline. And Robbie's actually been able to get to the backline, especially on that fight right there, rotating from bot side, going up to top lane, and picking up the kill on Maokai and I believe Xayah. We see here that blue side is going to look for the Baron, actually try to ward it up and potentially go for it here. Gnar's actually going to split push. He does have teleport up, very wise on his part. Camille does not have teleport, and that is a big issue for the red side here. If Gnar gets into a safe spot and can teleport in, Camille is forced to walk all the way to wherever he went. There's no way he can do anything. Actually, Camille's going to try to 1v1 him right here. Gets the ultimate on top of him. Gnar can't do anything. He doesn't have raids anymore and actually gets taken down here. Blue-sided is going to try to rush Baron here, knowing that Xayah was bot side with Camille. We'll see how fast they can get it. Lulu and Twitch birding down the Baron right here. We have vision on it. Robbie's actually going to go in. Half health. Rakan gets bursted down here. Baron gets picked up. Robbie going to still go for the backline. Robbie uses Zonia's and Playful Trickster. He doesn't have anything left to get out. Robbie's probably going to get picked up right here. Actually gets Playful Trickster. Gets out, but the flash Q from Victor picks him up. We see Spray and Pray actually take down Xayah here. Double kill for Twitch. And I think blue side is going to do a massive push here and potentially end the game.
So that was really well played by Bobby, stalling him as much time as he could on side of getting those 2 picks and that mouth-watering damage. As Maokai tried doing the same, using his ultimate and trying to keep blue side away, but Robbie was able to stall enough time. And we now see that this Twitch is going to start popping off and doing mad damage as he just 3-shot that Xayah there. This might be game over anytime soon now that they have Baron. Probably just recall and reset, get ready for this next push to hopefully get the win for them.
Yeah, and as we were talking about, red side does not have that damage that the blue side has this game. This potential of Xayah and Victor doing a lot here and bursting him down. Just not enough, especially with the Playful Trickster and the Zonias coming out from Robbie. We actually see Twitch going to try to get the Camille. Camille was able to get away. Here, Rakan actually looking for possibly something back here. Rakan's actually out of position. We'll see if he can get back here. He knows there's no vision in there, so he's going to actually walk back to base here. He's pretty safe. Try to see if blue side sets up for Dragon. That will be his second Ocean, I believe, on the blue side here.
So coming back here, we see these builds. I'm not sure. I think red side could use a little bit more work on their builds. as Rakan barely picking up a tailsman, that Ruby Slanson not giving him quite the the value of his gold there when he could have got an Arden Sensor a lot earlier. And we see Camille also bought a Hex Trinket for Robbie, and Robbie bought a Medjai's. I think they needed to focus a little bit more for the early game as well with Xayah buying a rapid fire cannon here. They could have went for more aggressive items. They could have got the Sensor and Rakan. They could have got the shift for Xayah, and they could have roamed a little bit more to try to stop Robbie. And we see Robbie actually dashes right in front of the Camille and Victor, not having his dash up. Gunblazer gets the Zonias as he's low. His team's coming in to help him out. Jarvan just ults flat out. His the Nart 3-man stun into the Camille. This massive bunch of ultimates going off right at once. Good damage. Robbie actually got healed up from the Lulu ult back to half. He just comes back for the cleanup. Rakan with the Grand Ant, just 2-man charm. Not much more they can use. They exhaust Robbie. Robbie doesn't care. Robbie goes right back in, grabs time, playful Trixie, good nuke damage from right there. Xayah forced to use her ult, still getting dive, no heal for the Xayah. Robbie just flashes in on the Xayah, and Robbie is a monster. 16-1. What a great performance from the Fizz.
Robbie actually wanting to pick up that last kill there and get the ace onto the red side. And this game is going to be picked up by the blue side.
I think definitely going into the next game, Red's definitely going to have to, change up the strategy, be a little bit more early game focused. They try to ban out Robbie's, rotation game mid laners, but there's just so many of them. How could you ban them out? They need to play around Robbie for this next game. What do you think they could do better, or maybe comp-wise, to try to set up something so they don't let the snowball happen so hard this time?
I think this time they're going to have to probably put something where they can have a lot more pressure on the mid lane. Since Fizz is able to roam around, if they get another champion that allows him to roam around the map a lot more, they need someone who is really fast and has a potential of burning through that minion wave and getting to the turret, just so that the Fizz or whoever Robbie's going to play next match is not able to roam around the map. That roaming is